Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Monday, June 2nd, 2025. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief presented by Annapolis Subaru and the SPCA of Anne Arundel County. Well, I'll tell you, it is a shame that they canceled the Pride Parade and Festival. Some of the comments I saw online were even more shameful, and we can do a lot better than that. And while not confirmed, I have heard that October 18th is the redo date, so you want to put that on your calendar in pencil. As for your OMG fact for the day, the number of possible ways to play the first 4 moves per side in a chess game is, get this, 318,979,564,000. That's a big number. Anyhow, let's get into the news, shall we? A suspicious death from a vehicle fire in Davidsonville, which we told you about last week, has now been ruled a homicide by Anne Arundel County Police. Human remains were discovered inside a burned-out car on the evening of May 24th. The vehicle was found engulfed in flames when authorities arrived, and that was at the Tropic Bay Water Gardens on West Central Avenue. After the fire was extinguished, the remains of an unidentified adult male were located inside. Investigators later arrested 2 18-year-olds, one from Davidsonville and one from Harwood, charging them with murder, assault, conspiracy, and arson. However, as I said, the victim has yet to be identified. This is the 7th homicide in Anne Arundel County so far this year. The investigation does remain active, and police are asking anyone with information to please come forward. A 26-year-old man was seriously injured after being struck by an Annapolis City ambulance on May 26th at around 5:40 a.m. The incident happened near Forest Drive and Newtown Drive while the ambulance was returning to its station after a call. According to the fire department, the pedestrian stepped off the sidewalk and into the path of the vehicle. Emergency crews did render aid immediately, and the man was flown to shock trauma in Baltimore. His injuries were described as serious but not life-threatening, and that's a good thing. But the disturbing part of this is that neither the police nor the fire department initially reported the incident, which came to light through a community tip directly to Eye on Annapolis. And while the fire department answered my questions, the police department has yet to respond to my inquiry, which I have to say is pretty much par for the course for this department, despite their assurances that they are oh so transparent. A major sewage overflow from the Patapsco wastewater treatment plant in Baltimore City has prompted a water contact advisory for northern Anne Arundel County. Over 21 million gallons of partially treated sewage spilled into local waterways, affecting the Patapsco River and Bodkin Creek. Residents are advised to avoid water contact in the area for at least 5 more days and to thoroughly wash with soap and warm water if exposure does occur. Anglers are also encouraged to wear gloves when handling fish from the affected areas. And as a reminder, all county beaches are automatically under a 48-hour no-contact advisory after rainfall due to potential bacteria in runoff. And that's always. The Thomas Point Shoal Lighthouse is turning 150 years old. Do you believe it? And the community is actually invited to celebrate that milestone on August 9th at Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium. The evening will include dinner, live music from the Eastport Oyster Boys, door prizes, and appearances by a lineup of prominent guests and elected officials. But the event is more than a party. It is a fundraiser to help preserve the historic Screw Pile Lighthouse from sea level rise and storm damage. They want to raise the entire lighthouse 6 feet. General admission tickets are $150. VIP tickets are $250, with proceeds supporting that critical restoration effort. And here's the catch. Tickets are very limited and available at thomaspoint150th.com, and that's thomaspoint150th.com. So if you like lighthouses and want to keep this one from going away, this is your night. On Friday on K9's and Crosstreks, we met Sadie Mae, who was a very cute Catahoula, and I think I pronounced that right, pup, with some very cool spotted ears. Of course, we did have some Subaru news as well, but if you missed it, check that out. And if Sadie may interest you, you want to get in touch with the SPCA as soon as possible because she's not going to be around too much longer. She's a real sweetheart. On Saturday on the Local Business Spotlight, we sat down with Allison and Matt from Vintage Vibe Finds and Artfully Acquired, a cool set of co-located vintage shops that just opened up. And if you missed the bonus pod that we dropped on Friday with Dennis Dyken from the Smithereens, you want to give that a listen as well. All right, that's a wrap. First off, thank you, as always, for listening and sharing, and a quick thank you to our sponsors for the Daily News Brief, Annapolis Subaru, the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, Hospice of the Chesapeake, and MacMedics. So now you just want to stay tuned for Ann Covington from CovingtonAlsina. She's here with your Monday Money Report and also your local Anne Arundel County weather. All of that's coming your way in less than a minute.
Coping with advanced illness can be overwhelming, and determining the best options for a loved one isn't always so easy. But here at Hospice of the Chesapeake, your hometown hospice, we want you to know you do have a choice. You can choose exactly who provides the care and the type of care you receive, and it's your decision when and where your loved one receives that care. We have served our community, family, and friends for over 40 years. We are there when you need us. Learn how we can help at hospicechesapeake.org.
Next up, we're diving into today's Eye on Annapolis weather forecast. From sunny skies over the bay to storm warnings that could impact your plans, we've got the details to keep you ahead of the curve. Stay tuned. It's all coming your way in just a moment.
Good morning, Anne Arundel County. Get ready for some summer because we have it coming your way in today's forecast. Today, you can expect a pleasant and sunny day with highs reaching around 73. Light winds will keep things comfortable, and the evening will bring clear skies with temps dipping into the upper 50s. It's a great day to enjoy the outdoors. Just remember that sunscreen, or so they tell me. Tomorrow, the sun does continue to shine and temperatures will climb to a warm 78 degrees. However, the sky may appear a bit hazy due to smoke from the Canadian wildfires drifting into the area. By nightfall, you can expect clear conditions with lows in the low 60s. If you're sensitive to air quality, it might be wise to limit any prolonged outdoor activities. Wednesday brings even more sunshine and a bit more summer temps with highs around 82. The evening does remain clear and mild with lows settling in the upper 60s. It's shaping up to be a beautiful day, perfect for any midweek plans. And as we look ahead, the warm and dry pattern does persist through the end of the week with temperatures gradually rising some more, but the weekend looks like some rain on the horizon with temps cooling off a bit as well. So if you've been waiting for that true summer feel, here it is.
You work hard for your money. Is your money working hard for you? Managing and investing it can be confusing. Ann Covington, a financial planner from CovingtonAlsina, has been helping people make sense of it for nearly 20 years. Are you ready? Now, here's your Monday Money Report.
This is Ann Covington of CovingtonAlsina with your Monday Money Report. We had yet another good week in the market, with the S&P 500 returning over 2% for a year-to-date return of over 7%. While we expect continued volatility due to trade negotiations and consumer sentiment, the market is back on a bull run. The magic of investing, however, is not a 2% return one week or a 10% return in a year. The magic is when that return is compounded. To explain, I'm going to use some round numbers because that makes the math easy for me. A common misconception I hear is that you need bigger amounts of money to get a good return. That's really not true. If you have a 10% return, it doesn't matter if you have $100 invested or $1,000 or $1 million. It's still 10%. The only difference is the actual dollars. The size of your investment may limit access to certain investments, and fees may be higher for smaller accounts. But your return is your return, regardless of the size of your investment. But here's the magic. Let's say I invest $10,000 and receive a 5% return. Ignoring taxes, you would have $10,500. If the account continues to make 5%, the next year you don't just make $500. You make the $500 on your original investment, but you also make $25 on the money you made the year before. So this year, you made $525. That's compound growth, when the money you've made makes money. If an investment paid simple interest, in 10 years at 5%, you would have made $5,000. 5% times the $10,000 investment times 10 years. But with compounding, in 10 years, you would have made $6,288.95. By reinvesting the growth each year, you made an additional $1,283. Albert Einstein is credited with discovering the rule of 72. It's not exact, but as a rough approximation, it works well. The formula states that if you take any interest rate and divide it into 72, the answer is how long it takes your money to double. So if you owe money on a credit card at 24%, the principal would double in just 3 years. If your money is sitting in a savings account earning 0.5%, it will double in 144 years. But if you invest and earn 8%, your money will double in 9 years. The real fun is when your $100,000 account becomes $200,000, then $400,000, which is also why starting to save at an early age has such a large impact on retirement success. Your action item this week is to check the subscriptions on your phone and cancel any that you aren't using. Check out our website at CovingtonAlsina.com or our Facebook page for more information on our upcoming educational events. CovingtonAlsina is a registered investment advisor. Information presented for educational purposes only. It is not to make an offer, solicitation for the sale or purchase of any specific securities, investments, or investment strategies. Investments are all risk unless otherwise stated and are not guaranteed. Be sure to first consult a qualified financial advisor and/or tax professional before implementing any strategy discussed herein. Past performance is not indicative of future performance. And if you don't have a financial advisor, come talk to us. This is Ann Covington with CovingtonAlsina.
Have you ever had to wait to get an appointment at the Apple Store? Skip the wait and the line at the mall by visiting Mac Medics in Severna Park, where appointments are not necessary. Mac Medics is an Apple-authorized premium service provider. Mac Medics services all Apple devices, including broken iPhone screens and batteries, and all without an appointment. Most iPhone repairs are complete the same day and usually within a few hours. Mac Medics is also an Apple-authorized reseller and sell Apple products at the same price as the Apple Store. Visit Mac Medics in Severna Park for Apple-authorized sales and service and shop local. Don't wait for help. Call Mac Medics at 410-757-MAX, which is 410-757-6227. It's 410-757-6227. Or visit them online at macmedics.com. You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.